What's up, everybody? Today I kind of wanted to talk about my 1971 Ford F100. I got it probably 6 months to a year ago, quite a while ago now. When I got it, it was pretty much stock and a POS, which it is still a POS, but that's fine. It's about, I'd say, a 40 footer from about 40 feet. It looks pretty good. It's got some KMCs, some 37-inch tires, and I am in the middle of LS swapping it right now. Ignore the mess, but we have a 5.3 liter fire breather, absolutely bone stock, with a Texas Speed, the one and only Chupacabra cam, or Chopacabra, who knows. Has some China parts, got some good parts, basically doing it on budget. It's a 4x4, so it's 90% done. The engine bay's pretty much wrapped up. The transmission, I am running a 4L80 transmission. You can see it just jammed in down there. Ignore my exhaust work. Professional did that. I'm running an NP 241 transfer case. That's all kind of happily living where it wants-ish, mostly. Had to chop the stock cross member out, make a new one. Probably gonna need to make some reinforcements back to the stock locations. This hole I added, so when you're drinking some road sodas, you can just pass them right through the floor. Oh. So yeah, we're in the middle of it. My trans cooler is a China special, straight from across the ocean. It's a knockoff, one of those 40K coolers. This is my China valve body. This is the China sponsored intake. This is the China alternator bracket. I try to buy China parts where I can get away with it, which you really can't get away with it many places, but you know how it goes. I'll figure it out when I'm broken on the road. And this is running off an Aces jackpot system. Never tried it. I heard good reviews, I heard bad reviews. We will see. So in my endless knowledge, when I first built the truck 2 weeks ago, I ordered the one and only Amazon starter, and you know, it just kind of combusted into flames about 5 minutes in. So good old Amazon, you know, returned that thing, no questions asked. Power Master performance starter. This might still be China. I don't know where I put it. It's missing. It's completely missing. Oh, there it is. The China Master performance starter. This is supposed to be a little more powerful, a little better, maybe not. It might explode, who knows? We will see. So I'm gonna install this. Give you guys a haphazard rundown of how to set up the Aces EFI, which I have no idea what I'm doing. See how it goes. My hopes have been higher for other things. If you wanna check out the interior, it's almost immaculate. Got a couple holes, got a couple temporary shifters, got a nice hole in the dash. Hey, sick white monster steering wheel though. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a 40 footer. That tank in the back is a 40-gallon RDS fuel tank, and that's the main fuel tank for the truck. I took the one out of the cab. If you can see it here, I have the Aces fuel tank conversion pump in there. It built pressure, so you know, that's kind of what we aim to do. As you can see, I'm sponsored by White Monster again. Nice fender dump. But yeah, so it's just kind of a POS. We're trying to make nice, trying to make reliable, trying to daily it, take it exciting places. We will see. All right, so I'm gonna be putting the new starter in, since the last one just wanting to ignite in flames for whatever reason. I don't know if you can see that big pile of liquid. At first glance, you'd think, oh, maybe that's just water. That's oil. Why does it want to live there? I don't know. We're gonna ignore that though, at least for now. Let me just squeeze right in on here. Yep. Alright. So, more time has passed than should have. That took way longer than it should have. That new starter where they put the exciter wire is in a very difficult position, but we got it. It only took about 42 minutes, give or take 5. But yeah, we got everything. I think just hook up the battery and we'll attempt to start her. I'm not gonna give it out any promises, but yeah, we'll see. All right, let's go to the office over here. Here we got the Asus screen. Turn on the ignition. I hear the fuel pump priming. 50 psi. Yeah, I don't know why our oil pressure is 950 psi without the engine running, but damn, that's good. All right, I guess. Oh, yeah, battery's a little low. We'll see what happens. Give it a crank. Oh God. It made a series of funny noises. Sounded like it had about 5 backfires, so you know, we'll give it another shot. Yeah, she's not sounding the happiest. To be continued. 1 second. All right, so the throttle pedal is not hooked up. So I'm going to open the valve body a little bit and see if that, you know, does absolutely anything, which it won't. You know, that's kind of what happens around here. We'll see anyway, though. All right, ignition on. Give it a go. So the starter hasn't caught on fire yet, which that's a plus. It's about a lot better than we did last time. Although the engine has still not started, so give it another go. Oh my gosh. That was kind of crazy. It just kind of started out of nowhere. Oh, oil pressure's normal now, 41 pounds. Looking pretty good. There's a god-awful squealing noise coming. I don't know what that is, but we'll ignore it. One thing I realized I forgot to do is whenever you adjust the throttle body, you're supposed to do a throttle position sensor reset. So you just turn the ignition on, you go here, you click yes, and you click save. As far as I know, it should be okay to start. Hopefully it starts back up. It probably won't. Oh. Yeah, kind of just as I expected. Let me cycle the key again and see what happens. Yeah, it's just our luck. Try it again. Yeah, I don't know. This is what happens when you have no idea what you're doing. You just kind of press some buttons, pull some levers, turn some screws. Sometimes, you know, you get lucky. Sometimes you don't. Most of the time you don't, but let's see if that does her. Probably won't. We'll see. If it doesn't do it, probably gonna go get a midday road soda. We'll see what happens. All right, cranking her. All right, back to the drawing board, to be continued. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes of just cranking it, pressing buttons, not making any progress at all. When I'm turning it over, it just smells like fuel really bad. I think it's just flooding. Why? I don't know. I'm more of a carburetor guy. This multi-port injection stuff is just confusing. So I don't know if I have something in the settings wrong. I am definitely not good enough to tune it. I might need to get it tuned. So no idea. So to distract us from this absolute mess, I have right here, I have a slip yoke eliminator for it. For those of you that don't know what that is, it basically goes at the end of the transfer case. Oh. And as you can see, the drive shaft is supposed to slide in there, but honestly, it's not a good setup in an off-road application. It's not good for driveline angles. And then as the suspension moves up and down, the drive shaft has to plunge in and out of here, which is, it's just not a good setup. It's more prone to leaking. If you don't have it set up perfectly, the drive shaft will plunge in there. Anyway, it's just not a good setup. The fixed yoke is a way better setup. And running this, the drive shaft will slip in and out of itself rather than in and out of the transfer case. So we're gonna do that. I bought a budget kit that basically have to lop off. Take this off and lop off some of the shaft, I think about 4 inches or so. So I don't really know what I'm doing. So yeah, we're gonna tackle that. Good luck to me, I'm gonna need it. By the way, do you guys wanna see this beautifully hacked together exhaust system? Myself, right there, that thing, Amazon, little clamp, amazing. Right there, yeah, welded, but got a sick ass hose clamp right there for any movement the exhaust wants to do. So you know, that's pretty professional. Boom, hiding right there. Amazon fuel filter, only nothing but the best. But yeah, so we're gonna get after this thing. Not really sure what I'm doing, but we're gonna do it, allegedly. All right, guys, one more thing I forgot is this truck was originally a long bed. As you can see right there, I shortened the frame and plated it, and then the back, I shortened the back 6 inches and the front 16 inches. 16 before the back wheel and 16 after the back wheel. And as you can see, I did an absolutely terrible job. We're gonna need I'd say 3 to 4 gallons of Bondo on that deal. The bed was just already messed up. That wasn't me, surprisingly. This side, I wish I could say it was better, but it is absolutely no better. I got a sick exhaust dump though. Hold on. Damn. Horsepower ripped off my I Love Watt Monster trim piece. All right. Yeah, this side's no better though. That, you can't really see the crease on that because the sun's just making it look great. Fat crease in that. But we're gonna ignore that. You know, it's more of an off-road deal. So, an off-road deal that I'm gonna attempt to daily. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. All right, so many moons have passed. As you can see, it is pitch black outside. I got the throttle cable all hooked up, so that's an ICT billet cable bracket. It comes right off the Amazon fuel rail, and this is just like a generic throttle cable. It was like 15 bucks on Amazon, and that goes to a C10 gas pedal that I slightly modified. As you can see, I had to weld it there and bend it a little bit. Don't worry about that situation, that's not mounted yet. This is just temporary, but as you can see, I have a contraption of a couple of bolts to space it out properly, since this cable is not adjustable. But I mean, it's working great, so I'm happy about that. And since I hooked up the throttle, when I start it, I'm able to give it a little gas now, and it's pretty much starting every time with gas. So need to work on the tune or something, but big improvement. So next, either slip yoke eliminator or the dash, we will see. All right, I started on the slip yoke eliminator kit for the NP241 transfer case. So I'm just kind of fumbling along here. So I took the output shaft snout out, and the directions tell me to mark 4 1/16 of an inch from this snap ring. So from this snap ring to this tape right here is 4 1/16 of an inch, allegedly. So we're gonna cut that with the old black chop saw here. See how it goes. Might screw it up, might not. You'll see in a second. All right, we got the old squints on here. See if I can do this without injuring myself. Just double check the measurement. 4 1/16, allegedly. Bad with fractions. Here we go. Oh, it might help if I plug it in. Stand by. All right, we're back. Let's see how this goes. You know, the sparks might destroy my camera, but you know what? We'll take a chance. Not gonna lie to you, very painful. I think I'm half bald now. Smoked my phone with sparks. The big chunk of shaft just fell right on my nards, but you know what? She's off. I've seen straighter cuts, but it's not bad for me. You know, so as you can see, it's there's a little angle of the dangle there, but I'll clean up, chamfer the edge a little bit, and then it'll almost be acceptable. So rumor has it that I have to drill a hole in the end of that, so we'll see how that goes. I don't have high confidence. We'll find out though. Alright, so I took the old flapper disc to the splines, and it is, you know, ever so slightly straighter. So when you slip this on now, as you can see, it's pretty even in there. So now the theory is this washer goes in here like that, and then a retainer bolt obviously goes in that washer to hold the yoke on. So I need to drill a 1/4 inch hole to tap it for 3/8 threads. You know what, is it gonna be centered? Probably not, you know what, but whether the bolt's in sideways or straight, either way it's tight. But yeah, as you can see, you just cut the splines, this bad girl slides right over there, bam. So from the previous video of me cutting, there's a very pungent aroma of burnt hair and sadness. All right, so about 37 minutes later, I initially drilled the hole with a 1/4-inch drill bit, and the instructions said to use a drilling jig so it goes in perfectly straight. And it also said to use lubricant, which obviously I did neither of that. So I just roughed that bad girl in by hand. It's an inch and an eighth thick, allegedly. It's pretty centered. You know what? I've seen a lot worse. I've seen better. So yeah, initially a 1/4-inch drill bit, and then a 5/16, and now I have to tap it out to a 3/8 tap. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully better, probably worse. So I went and got a tap. I tapped out the output shaft. That went pretty good. But this is essentially what it's gonna look like all together. I completely just destroyed that seal putting it in, so I have to get another seal. But other than that, it's all done. It was pretty easy, it wasn't too bad. So now I just need to get a drive shaft made and about 3,000 other things, so we'll see. All right, so I removed the whole slip yoke eliminator kit, ran into the store, got a new seal, put the new seal in. This one is way better. I didn't screw it up this time, so that's a win. So I'm gonna throw it all back together. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. I'll show you guys how it looks after. All right, so we got it thrown together for the last time. As you can see, the seal is in there, relatively straight. Got it all sealed up, so that's finished product. There's my tapped hole, ready to go. So it's got to measure for a drive shaft, and that should pretty much button it up. All right, that's gonna wrap up today. Next video, I'm gonna be like taking the transmission out, maybe rebuilding it. I don't know. Maybe sending it out. Not sure yet. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Have your mom subscribe. I don't care.